Hi guys, Cashman EQ here. Just thought I'd do you a quick video just explaining what I've been up to and what the next thing is for my slot machines. Okay, so I've always felt with the machines I produce, they're good, and I try and get them as accurate as I can to the original, etc, etc, but they've always been sort of missing something, even the ones that I did of my own. And I think that was the sort of the challenge, in that you download it, you play it, you get a jackpot, and then it's like, well, what's next, sort of thing. So I think they've always been inherently flawed in sort of the amount of appeal they're going to have with people. So that's what I've tried to address here. So without further ado, I'll try and explain what I've done and what's sort of coming next. Okay, so looking at my huddle here, you'll see we've got Frankenstein, my most recent title, which seems to be going pretty well. People seem to like it, and thank you very much for all your feedback on that. Next door, we have another version of Frankenstein, which is going to hopefully demonstrate the new element that I'm going to try and incorporate into my new games, as well as potentially into my older games. Okay, so we will start with Frankenstein. Okay, you'll notice there, Frankenstein community slot is what I've called it. So first thing is with this, firstly, it's going to need an internet connection. It's an online, it uses online resources. I'll explain later why. And it's also going to require you to create a user account. User account, never going to ask for credit card details, never going to ask for anything personal about you. It's a name and a PIN number. Name is so I know who you are, so I can reference you directly. Excuse me. PIN number is if you wish to sign back into your account, or a way of you uniquely identifying you, the PIN number comes into play. So I'll start by creating an account anyway. We'll call it, I have no idea. So we'll go Chris 123. Okay, stick a PIN number in, 4 ones, whatever. Okay, now we click accept. Okay, so I'll then come back and say you are Chris 123, and remember your PIN number. Okay, once we've done that, we're into the game, which you'll recognise. It's got your username and it's got your current bank, so how much you're currently worth in the world of Cashman EQ. So we'll play a game. Okay, so this is where it gets different. Before, you would play a game that is stored locally on your machine. There was no variation to it. You picked up where you left off. That was end of story. If there was a $5 in the pot when you left it, there was a $5 there when you came back, and you just played on from where you left off. The way this one works is you have a choice of different slot machines. Each one of these machines is a different instance of the same game, but with different values. So one of them might be ready to pay nothing, the other one might be ready to shed its load, and you could win £100 from it or whatever. So essentially you come to it, you'll see a list of available machines, by available the ones that nobody else is currently playing, and you pick one. So I'm going to go for player 4, why not? The game should then load. Awesome. Reels are wherever it was left previously, and you drop your credit in and away you go. So you're playing now on this instance of this machine, so player 4. Okay, okay, so we've had a go, we've not won anything, we've had enough, so right, we're going to leave player 4. Not feeling that one. Back to the welcome screen. You'll see bank's gone down 20p, which is what I've played. It's worth saying, anything you've got in credit within the game is credited back to your bank when you exit the game. It's the only way I could think of doing it, just 'cause, yeah, you need to be able to go in, play, come out again, sort of thing. Anyway, so we're going to play another game just to demonstrate. Player 1. Okay, notice how the reels are different to where I left it on player 4, was it? So you've now got these reels as opposed to player 4. If I go player 4 again, we're back where we were in player 4. So essentially, instead of having just the one instance of the game to be going on at, you've got however many I put on there. The way it works, you play, somebody else plays, doesn't really matter, but somebody locks the machine, they play it, they do whatever, you know, the outcome of their particular game is. They come out, that then makes that game available for anybody else to then pick up and play on from. Okay, so the challenge element is you've got to get that bank as high as you can. Okay, so it's going back to sort of the I guess it's the main thing with fruit machines. It's the put a pound in, take a fiver out. It's a bit dog eat dog, if you will. That's basically the whole premise on which fruit machines work, and that's what I've tried to inject back into these games, which I think is what it was missing previously. Okay, so that's all well and good. I'm on £4.80, but how well am I doing compared to the rest of the world? Probably not very well, but there will be a leaderboard of some description. In this case, I've called it the Crypt of Infamy or whatever. And that shows me at the moment there are 3 people that have played and where I compare to them. A couple of ways of looking at it. Should I turn this down a bit? It's annoying me. A couple of ways of looking at it. Your current winning level, so how much you've got in the bank. That's the first way it will display, you know, how well you're doing. Second is viewing it by the current winnings as a percentage of your initial stake. So say in total you take 4 lots of £5 credit as a starter. So you start with a fiver, lose it, another fiver, lose it, so on and so forth. You do that 4 times and then you win £100. Basically it works out what percentage you are on compared to your initial stake. So £100 versus £20, you'd be on 400%, I think it is. So it shows it like that. So it's all well and good, you know, you could have 500 quid in the bank, but if you put 500 in, you'd only show us 100% on here. So it's just 2 different ways of looking at how well you're doing compared to everyone else. You can go into this anytime, you can have a look, see how you're doing, and as you can see at the moment I'm doing pretty dismally. Anyway, back to the main screen again, and yeah, and then we're back, and we can go off and play another slot machine and away we go, sort of thing. Fullness of time, the plan with the account is, once you've created an account, there will be a login box on this game, on the next game, on the one after that, and anything you earn as credit, so in your bank, you'll be able to share to those other games. So you'd log in on Frankenstein, win £100, then you would go and play on Around the Town or Cloud 999 or something like that, and you would take your credit with you. You'd then play with that same credit, and again, win, lose, draw, whatever. And you've got this sort of this central account, and that's what you're trying to, you know, get the best win you can from the least credit you can, and you know you'll prove yourself to be number 1 on the leaderboard. Anyway, that's kind of where I am with it at the moment. As you can see, it's not far off. There's just a few minor tweaks, so next few days or so it should be hitting the Google Play Store, so please feel free to give it a whirl. While you're here, YouTube video, please feel free to subscribe. I put videos of all my new games on here, and also if you've got any likes or comments or anything like that, you know, it'll be a section below the video. And again, if you need anything else in the meantime, just give me a shout. Cheers.